Hello everyone, it's Folamidera again. Did I tell you to wait? What is wrong with you?
Sorry.
I thought I should be the one to do the introduction.
Sorry, I don't know.
So, welcome to today's video. This is me, Fola, and here with me is Tosin.
Can I wave? Oh, sorry.
Wave.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, so Tosin will be doing with me today. Tosin will be doing we'll be doing the video together. Sorry, and like I said in the past few videos, I buttressed the point that for some weeks I'll be running what I tagged self-discovery, which is really a huge part of us as human beings. Because like I said in the last video, self-discovery is synonymous to life. If you haven't discovered yourself, it will be very difficult for you. Sorry, what are you doing? You're checking out yourself.
No, I'm like.
Okay, you won't know how to live. Like, how would I put it? You won't be at peace with yourself. So self-discovery helps you to know what you are, who you are, and what you are meant to be doing. So today I would want Tosin to share with us a testimony of self-discovery, because as she's sitting here with me, we went to the same university, so I've known her for like probably close to 10 years. Let's be specific, 9 years. Yes. 2007 to 2016. Yeah. Are you counting? Forget it, you're almost 10 years. That's huge. You really tried. We've come a long way. And then she has been managing me, and I've been managing her. Yes. And we both share, the good and bad, the ugly. We both cried on each other. So she's still my sister. We have a long way to go, but by the way, okay, I would like you to introduce yourself, so don't let me say much.
Okay, what do you want to say? Well, good afternoon, evening, everybody. My name, as shared earlier, is Tosin Akinyele. I presently am an aspiring interior designer. So she called me up that I needed to put my message out there just to help at least some people, because I was in your position at the time in my life, and it was actually somebody's talk that helped me discover myself and made me a stronger person.
Yeah, thanks for that. So today, Tosin, I want you to share a few of your testimony on your journey through self-discovery. Just to, yeah, like you said, to help people out there, and people that are aspiring to become something, wanting to do something. Some people are still stuck in this situation whereby they are still in the valley of decision, like, do I know how to do this? Can I do this? How can I come out of it? Because truly, I know you had your hard time even trying to convince parents and trying to convince yourself, because sometimes you have to convince yourself to be able to convince other people around you, and you have to take a stand. So that is, I think, it's that stand that really makes people to believe you.
Yes.
Because if you don't believe in yourself,
nobody will believe you.
so I want you to start, because sitting here with me, she graduated as a biochemistry student. I don't know the relationship between biochemistry and interior design. And if I can still try to remember back then, her dream was be like, I'm going to forensic, I would one day, I want to have my own makeup lines, yes, nail polish, my signature, those things.
Okay.
So I just know, I remember when I came back from service 2013, I came visiting, or you called me and you're like, you're going into interior design. I was like, I think then I was trying to share my testimony, like, I think I want to go into art.
Well, you're in the way, because I'm deviating also.
So it's really a journey. It's really a journey. So share with us what were your wow moments. I feel like maybe I should forgo these. Just tell us, share your experience.
Okay. Well, it all started when I was young. Everybody has something inbuilt in them. I was always inclined to go into art. I was a very artistic child. But growing up, normal, we are Nigerians, and there are some courses and some professions that are not visible, that don't seem reasonable to our parents. So due to environmental and social, whatever it is, that social influence, I wanted to become a medical doctor. I pushed it. it didn't work, so I opted into biochemistry. But that artistic mind, that artistic spirit couldn't die. It was still there, though it didn't develop. Then during my service here, I met a guy, God bless his soul. I don't know his real name. All I know is that his nickname is Seven. I met him just once. I've not met him again.
Thank you, Seven.
God bless you, Seven.
Yeah, yeah. I know maybe someday
you
will
watch this, but God bless you for me. You might not remember my face, but you told me some things, and those things changed my life forever. And
maybe she
I thank God. My hair is awful, but I really thank God for. I bless the Lord for your soul. So he spoke to me about how he pushed to, he made a stand for what he believed in. It motivated me. Though it was at the back of my mind, I still had the old forensic biochemistry. But after a while, when I finished service, it was now time to move forward. I had to make a choice, either going for MSc or interior design. I prayed. I knew one thing. I wanted to go into art, anything artistic. God helped me. I started watching some programs. It just clicked. You know, there are lots of things, artistic things I would have gotten into, maybe artwork or drawing, fine art, photography. But I'm a very organized person. I'm very crazy when it comes to organizing. I can imagine how a place looks like, and I'm not.
I know I'm a fine artist, but I know my room is okay, but it's not disorganized.
So, I'm too private to be an event planner. So God streamlined me into interior design, because I always want my space to feel the way I feel. So I discovered that, wow. Then when I enrolled in a school, I'm like, okay, this makes sense. People do this. I'm not crazy. There are people like me. So
artists are crazy people, by the way.
yeah.
So I want to ask, do you have any connection, probably in the past, something that you can connect with your present, situation, being or wanting or being an interior designer? Like for me, my connection with art, started from childhood. I loved drawing. The only thing, as in, if you just leave me with a pen or a paper or a pencil, I will draw. Abstract, what I'm seeing, what I perceive in my mind, I just draw. Comic, I was 200%. Is there anything to 200%? I was 200%, 200, no, I want to exaggerate. I was 200% into abstract. Unlike now, as a child, it was like that for me. So at a point in time when you started this journey, were you able to connect yourself back to maybe one or two things, probably when you're a child? Because most of this potential, they are the things we've been exhibiting as a child, knowingly and unknowingly. And sometimes people will be like, you used to do, like, it occurred to my dad at a point in time that this was what you actually loved as a child. So was it like that for you?
Yes, in a way, because when I was growing, I had a very imaginative brain. My head could conjure the craziest things. So I used to write stories, and alongside the stories,
I'm sure you have alien friends.
Yeah, look, I was very imaginative. Guess what? I still am. And I used to write stories, and alongside the stories, I used to draw the characters for the stories. Then I just used to draw randomly. I always loved fine arts, even through secondary school. I loved anything artistic. I loved anything different, because I understood it. And so that was what. So when I got to discover that, okay, this was my line, it connected. So like it was unplugged for a very long time. So it connected. It felt comfortable, and I wasn't scared to go with it.
Okay, let me quickly ask this. How was it easy for you to relate it to it? Because imagine you graduated as a biochemistry student, daddy, mommy, everyone will be open. Probably either you go for masters or you apply for a job. How were you able to relate it with them that, okay, or do you just like, daddy, today I just slept And I woke up, I remember when I was a child, I liked drawing, and now what I want to become is an interior designer. That is a basic. So, how were you like? How was it like? How was the how was it
okay,
like? Trying to relate
okay.
it with
Trust me, it was hard. It was one of the hardest things I had to do because first and foremost, I had to understand the whole concept myself, understand what it could do for me,
So, sorry,
understand that
please pause a bit. So that means in the journey of self-discovery, you have to go through the process of understanding your content.
yes,
Like,
you have to
okay, now
understand it.
you have realized that this is your niche, this is what you love. You don't just dive into it. Like we said earlier on, like you need to understand it, you need to own it before you can be able to, convince people to believe it. So,
Yes.
please go on.
So it took me a while because it wasn't what I wanted. It was, but I got to know that. I understood that it was possible for me to make money out of my passion. Because that's the long run. Like, okay, if I go with this, can it feed me? Can I make something out of it? Can I get some coins out of it? So I started reading up on interior designers and I realized, oh my god, there's a whole world out there that I didn't even know about. I bless the name of Lord for my mom because she's a very, very understanding person. She's very accommodating. So when she was like, okay, listen, what's the way forward? Because I was one that opted for MSc. So when it was time to start the processing, she asked me, okay, what's the way forward? And I told her, she said that like, did you pray about it? Are you sure? Did you just come up? I told her that I've never been more comfortable with the decision in my life.
So that means even in the process of self-discovery, you need to pray.
Definitely.
You need to pray.
Need to pray because there are lots of things, there are lots of artistic things I would have done. But the prayer streamlined me to what I was perfect at. It fits me into that box, that world, that particular world. So the prayer really helped me. Then it was now time to convince my dad. Well, the first time I told him, he was like, "You'd have told me you wanted to be a painter, and allow me to waste my money, send it to a private university, and that's nonsense." So I just went into prayer. Initially, as a human, it was all fights where I loggerheads for months, but close, yeah, a little over a year where I loggerheads. I wasn't moving forward because I was stuck because of my stubbornness, and he was like, "No, you're not going to do that."
Sorry, I would like to chip this in. It's not like you were stubborn, but it's just like
I was passionate.
Yes, like you've been able to. Sometimes you're passionate. You could be passionate about something, but it's possible for you to know that this is what I want, and someone will still tell you, why not try?
Yes.
And you'll be like, I think so. I think it's more than being stubborn, because if it's more than being stubborn. You are too sure what you wanted. Yes, yeah.
Okay, so it took convincing. Well, as of now, it still isn't totally convinced. It's just more accommodating about the fact that, okay, this girl is not doing any other thing. This is what she wants to do. So, well, let me just allow her to do, and we shall see. They were like, okay, we shall see. We're like, good, because the Lord is behind me. So the Lord is with me through this, and I'm not doing this alone. So that's it.
Okay, let me quickly straight up ask this question. Do you think education have a role? Do you think education have a role in helping us discover our passion, purpose? Do you think education?
Well, personally, I think so, because as a biochemist now, or as a biochemist turned interior designer, there's still a scientific part of me. I can't deny it. Okay. So me going through school got me to some got me to a particular place in my life, that was when I started questioning what I wanted to do, how it was going to go. But that education broadened my brain, or broadened my sight, because I'd been through some stuff. So I know the way scientists see things, they go through loopholes. So that helped me.
Okay.
So even as an interior designer, but the biochemist part of me is still there, and it's going to help me
On a long run.
on the long run. Yes.
Okay. That's actually, you've cited your points, and I've been able to get one or two things, and I've been able to realize one thing, that one, in the journey of self-discovery, you need to be, be very sure of what it is you want. That the truth is, I know I know, this video is a short video, so if you have the whole day, you would tell and share your experience of how this happened, how that happened, because what we are just saying in between, within few minutes, it's more than that, because it's not easy for you to convince a parent that this is what you want to do. I experienced that too.
It's hard
on my
convincing
own.
yourself.
You have to be very sure that this is what I want,
Can I fight for it?
and you have to
Ready.
prayerfully do it.
That's
Like,
it.
fine, you figured out this is what you love. Don't just stop at this is what I love. You have to prayerfully engage in making it to become more
More realistic, yeah.
and
To give birth to the dream. Yes.
and after then, you have to know how to relate it to people around you, so that they won't think I'm mad. For me, it was like that. It was as if, are you mad? Computer science? Now art? In fact, at the point in time when I started making attempts to draw, it was like, you're just wasting your time.
Please, can I chip in? There's something that came to my mind.
Okay.
And while you are discovering yourself, be careful of the people you explain yourself to. Yes, because not everybody would see it the way you see it.
That's true.
So if you keep explaining yourself to everybody, just open your mouth and blabbing, some people with their malicious statements will kill you. I went through that phase. Somebody who was my friend, I spoke about my dreams, thinking she would motivate me and help me. She said some very bad, nasty things, and I was down in my spirit for months. I was like, okay, maybe what she said was not true.
And do you know one thing? The reason why you shouldn't disclose more to everyone, it is not everyone you can relate to. The thing is, most people are very myopic in their understanding. Why most people is out of jealousy. I'm serious. Some people, insecurity is not making them to maximize their potential. So if you are walking up to them and telling them, sharing your views, your vision with them, you become a necessary evil to them. You become like, so this girl wants to move forward. It's not as if they are seeing the picture, kind of, sort of. They might not really see,
but happy with them,
not
because
happy,
of the position in their life that they are.
So they'll just be like, you drink so much. You better just stay in this lane.
Want to limit your dreams.
A critical example is Joseph in the Bible.
Yeah, his brother.
He kept telling his brother,
even his father.
And he became a threat to them. So they had to sell him out. So some people are there. They are dream killer, they are dream seller. Some are even dream stealer. You just give them an idea that this is what is in my mind. You start seeing them producing. They will even tell you, I don't think this can work in Nigeria. But the next minute, they are already doing it. Why some people will tell you it doesn't work, just forget about it.
Why don't you just do this instead?
Why don't you just do
this kind of person you are? You can't
do that. In my own case, actually there was someone who was like a guy who was trying to come along the line. And for someone like me, I was trying to be open, like, okay, let me share this part of me, so that this person will be thinking I'm just a ticketing officer and an innovator. Like, I have dreams. And the next thing what I had was, you are too ambitious. Are you sure you won't be arrogant? What? I had that statement. I was like, okay.
Nobody had ever told me I was proud in my life. Then I felt, when I heard that statement, I knew my dream wasn't big enough. Yeah, I knew it wasn't big enough. Because if it was big enough, you wouldn't even have the guts to say it. Because if I had seen something from it, maybe it would have shut up his mouth.
Yeah, at the point in time, I figured out that was why I started concluding in my mind that, okay, instead of me, I have to start doing something, so that when people start doing it, it's hard for someone to, accept the fact that you want to bring in new thing. Someone knows you to be this kind of person before, so and the person believes that this is the kind of person you are, and you are trying to explain to the person that you are more than this. It will shock the person sort of, and that those are the things our parents do have issues with. Like, they know you that, okay, you want and this is what you want, and all of a sudden you just wake up one morning and be like, this is what I want.
It's my issue when I was I think maybe a year or 2 years old. The first Father Christmas event they took me to, when Father Christmas asked what my name was. Well, my big mouth, I told the Father Christmas, my name is Dr. Tosin Akinyele. So that triggered them that, okay, she's going to be a doctor.
Now you just woke up one morning and you told them
no, I'm not going to be a doctor, I want to be an interior designer. Like,
painter. So it wasn't easy for the person to accept that okay, you won't have time. The first was like, you'll be arrogant, you won't have time for your family, for me, and you dream too big. So I had to tell myself, see, I won't stop dreaming. The right people will come at the right time. And to help myself, I need to start doing something now, so that when the right people start coming, or the right person starts to come, or the right person comes, the person will see that, okay, this is what you can't now tell me that stop doing what you're doing.
Yes.
Because I'm already in it. You are not the one to motivate me to do it. You are not the one who motivated me to do it. I'm already motivated, I'm already empowered, and I'm doing it. So you should love that. It's not easy to convince people. You have to prayerfully do it. You have to be determined, and you have to gather information, and you have to be patient.
Yes, because you can't fight everybody.
Patience, because even presently, I'm still going through, God, when will this thing start materializing? People just know me. You are smart, you are brilliant, you are talented. I was telling one of my pastor. He's a pastor. Like, I do talk to him. I was just telling him my secret fear. Like, it is not as if I don't know what I want, but sometimes situation makes it look like it's taking too long for it to materialize.
Does it make sense?
Doesn't make sense.
Am
Which
I right?
day am I right?
Am I dreaming? Am I as crazy as everybody says?
Like the first few days I spent in the studio, I made a friend with the guy, and the first thing that he said to the guy was that when I started seeing people drawing, I felt like, why did I resign my job? But to glory be to God today, I have clarity, and I'm like, now in fact I'm not going anywhere. But the only thing that is making me feel shaky is, when will this food start speaking?
Remember Joseph took like 30 years.
Imagine. And the funniest thing about Joseph's case was that, okay, fine, he was sold into slavery. Maybe slavery would have been better. He was like, okay, now at least I'm the chief head of the slaves. Now he became a prisoner. That's worse. Like, it was like a fry pan to fire. Even if it was still in the fry pan, it would have been better. At least the pot would be gagging him. He now entered fire. But at the long run, God raised him. So perseverance, you prayerfully engage in the process of self-discovery. I brought up Tosin so that she can share her story. I know she is not able, she can't be able to go deep into her story. But the thing is, how she started, a break. People could be your break. Things around you could be the break. It could be even yourself. You could be, for me, I think and things I started seeing around me, it was the things that made me realize that, I think this is it. It wasn't anybody. Nobody told me. I know in those times people just say you are creative, but I had to wake up to the fact that this is me. And now I think she's comfortable with it. When I was into aviation,
I'm not too comfortable to address myself as a ticketing officer, but now I can go anywhere and I tell you I'm an artist. I will comfortably tell you I'm glad I'm an artist, and people will be like, wow. And sometimes it shows in my personality. I carry it anywhere I go. Even before I became the so-called artist, in school, people used to look at me and like, you don't fit in for computer science. I was just crazy. I do have this crazy haircuts and the crazy way of doing things.
Crazy.
But I'm grateful to God for where I am now. So the thing is, are you in the process of discovering yourself? Have you found your niche? Engage yourself in prayer. Then you need to relate it with people. But when you are relating with your immediate people, be certain. Be too sure. In fact, you have to convince yourself before you can convince anybody.
Yeah.
And the first step I took was I started drawing. I would sleepless nights. I'm supposed to go to work by 5. I won't sleep till 2 o'clock. So when they started saying that at home, they were scared. They're like, and when they started seeing the way I improve every day, one day my uncle woke up and he was like, probably you should put yourself into a program. Have you ever thought of going into diploma in art? And that was the break for me, like finally, because I told them it wasn't convincing enough. I had to start putting effort. You have to prove to them. The thing she did was to make sure she stood by her. Like, okay, this is me, you just have to accept me. And she did prayerfully. There's nothing prayer cannot do. Even though the thing is, up till now it might not be that clear, or is it like it's that clear, everything is clear, even sometimes it will look gloomy. I'm still experiencing that, but every day, because I'm walking in the path, to get clearer. And that is one thing about clarity, and that's one thing about self-discovery. So I'm putting it again to us. Keep dreaming, and in your dreaming, be consistent, and in your consistency, be self. How would I put it? Be too convinced that this is what I want. Not that you wake up tomorrow and like,
be self-assured.
Yes, because your assurance will actually help other people to believe in you.
Yeah.
I'm living the dream now. I know there are still more I've not been able to share, because that one too will be like, what is your problem? But it's a step. As I'm climbing the ladder, they will begin to realize, okay, this was the reason why she said she wanted this. And I'm too sure if you won't stop, you get there. You get there. I've seen you. I'm seeing stops from you, even your room. It's just I can't show everything to everyone. We will all get there.
Yeah.
So keep dreaming. Don't stop dreaming. Thank you once again today for